How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Silica video. So, second patch of update 2024, 8th February. We have got ourselves a glorious patch today. 0.8.23, which introduced the HOVERBIKE, which is a callable from the barracks for any infantry player to use as like a scout vehicle. I don't believe the teleportation peer-to-peer is working yet. So I'd just assume the HOVERBIKE's there for testing purposes until the teleportation nerfs have been implemented. If you enjoy the video, guys, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. We will be going live with Silica on Sunday, this Sunday, for Silica Sundays. You know how Sundays go. It's just every Sunday on the Sunday. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to have a look, and then we're going to have a look at the HOVERBIKE itself. So, dear Silica community, last week we shared our development roadmap for this year. If you missed it, you can find it here. So, yep, there is a video of the roadmap. If you want to see my live reaction to it and commentary over it, then there is a video literally just before this one. That is pretty much that one. Well, I just say just before this one. My last Silica video has got me reacting to the roadmap. Today, an update for version 0.8.23 landed on Steam, including several balances changing, and finally bringing the long-awaited HOVERBIKE for fast transportation of human infantry units. So, just to add on to this before we carry on to the patch notes. So the HOVERBIKE is going to be introduced as an alternative to teleporting. Teleporting is going to be nerfed heavily, so you're not able to teleport to any random location on the map anymore. It will, I think Dram's planning just to do building-to-building teleportation. So I wonder if that'll be building to outposts as well, because that'll be a pretty good way to use outposts, because at the moment they just get no use. There used to be a respawn location, but like 9 out of 10 times you don't really want to respawn there. So maybe having teleport to outpost via building would give the outpost a nice lease of life. They've also lost their weapons as well, so outposts are pretty much just dead buildings. They're only used for expansionary purposes. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, the full changelog. Added support for projectile raycast radius. I have no idea what that means. That is all scientific dram stuff that just went straight over my head. Hopefully one of you guys in the comments below can tell me half of this stuff, because there's a lot of this is all back end stuff, apart from the HOVERBIKE, and some buffs to the hunter and some nerfs to other things. So, support for projectiles to ignore impact and or damage based on hit object type. So, I've got a feeling this is going to be referencing with the rail tank in a moment, because the rail, last time I spoke to Dram, he was speaking about how the railgun tank's round should have a deflection chance off of armor. So I believe that is coming. So the rail tank projectile ricochet effect added, skipping of navigation mesh updated. So added IK to human characters, face watches view direction, feet and hands for vehicles. So this is mainly for the HOVERBIKE, and we will show you in a moment. Support for characters and vehicles, but visible and hittable. Again, that's mainly for the HOVERBIKE. Support for character weapons to be mounted on vehicles when visible. Yep, I've actually seen that as well. All of this we'll see in a moment. Drive animation set up for the HOVERBIKE. Again, part of the HOVERBIKE. HOVERBIKE spawn in the barracks for FPS players with a timeout. So the timeout is if you leave the HOVERBIKE for too long, it will actually get teleported away. So yeah, just make sure about that as well. So if you step off your HOVERBIKE for a little bit too long, you will lose your HOVERBIKE. You have to go and reclaim it. So HOVERBIKE deleted when unclaimed for more than 15 seconds. There it is. So instead of it just disappearing in thin air, it would actually be teleported, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, 15 seconds on that HOVERBIKE. UI element blocking out some particle effects. Collision damage from vehicles could destroy construction sites easily. I am sorry, guys. I'm the one who really brought this to light for Dram. I was doing it on stream. I was literally taking a light quad, ramming buildings under construction, killing them instantly. So I'm glad that's now fixed. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you're happier now. Yeah, I'm glad I could assist you guys in getting that sorted. Boarded units were not destroyed when the vehicle was destroyed. I didn't even know this was a thing. Maybe when they say boarded units, are we talking about, for example, if you sat on a heavy quad as a support, like using it as transport in that regards, or are we talking about loaded units? I assume it means boarded as in like if it, for example, was heavy quad and it got blown up, but the character that stood on the heavy quad was absolutely fine. If that's the case, then that's fine. Long AI navigation mesh update after large matches in strategy. Okay. Mesh update, I assume, is that AI updates to kind of like path around buildings and such. Railgun, tank projectile, may now ricochet and deal less damage. There we go. So that's what I was talking about a moment ago with the rail tank round being able to like bounce off armor and such. So it'll mean that the rail tank also will be less strong in a way, but also able to deflect the round of an incoming rail tank round as well, which is kind of like a double-end sword. Is going to be a good thing, but is also going to be a bad thing for yourself if you're a rail tank as well. Pulse truck projectile ignores friendly fire for AI. Okay. Colossus projectile range from 1800 meters to 500 meters. Oh, okay. So the Colossus is now going to be very close range, which means it's no longer a big old testicle of sniping. So that's very interesting. That's going to change the whole one bang HQ scenario up massively. And same goes with the Colossus's eyes weak point multiplier from 10 to 5. So that's now decreased. So the Colossus should be a little bit more tanky. Change the pulse tank projectile speed from 50 to 75. Okay, so the pulse tank is now able to fire at a faster round rather than a faster rate. Pulse tank projectile raycast now evaluates the whole radius, not just point. Right, okay. So I assume that the whole like hexagonal mesh that it fires will now evaluate that whole radius when dealing damage. Okay. Crab damage reduction from 10 to 5. Change impaler's damage reduction from 10 to 5 as well. Okay. That is fair. I want to know how crabs work now. Are they going to be able to one-bang infantry units now? Maybe not. We'll see. Change hunter damage reduction from 15 to 10. Okay, so the hunter can no longer do loads of damage. Change the hunter's health from 3,000 to 6,000, so he's got double health now. He's a bit more meaty. Yeah, he was heavily nerfed to a point where he would literally be a little bit useless. Even against light quads, he was getting shredded. So I'm glad to see that again. Enabled incremental garbage collection, so that's like clearing up the battlefield of any like destroyed entities. Increase graphical upload buffer size from 16 to 512. Okay, that is actually quite a big change. I'm not entirely sure how it'd work, but I assume it's to do with either client side or even server side. So we'll see how things run. RTS camera may now go up to 300 meters, was 200 meters. Okay, so the commander's got a longer view, so they're able to look at the battlefield from a higher height. That's cool. And the camera adjusts pitches better when zooming in. Okay. Okay. Nav mesh recalculator now lightweight and merges several requests together. So I assume this is to do with ordering AIs. And instead of doing like singular requests, it will now merge like, for example, a whole group move. I assume it'll merge it into one instead of having like separate ones for each entity, which again is gonna definitely help with the server. And I mean, if you play a lot of against Alien, normally when you feel that server hitch going into endgame stuff, normally it's a giant order from the Alien commander to his units, which is kind of like the server's trying to catch up with what's going on and ordering every unit to do what they need to do. So hopefully that's what this means. Right, so without further ado, guys, that is the whole patch notes. Let's go and have a look at the hoverbike, shall we? That is definitely not what we're looking for. Here we go, Silica. Right. So it's only going to be a quick look. We're also going to get the rail tank out as well, so we can get any deflection rounds out. If not, we will just be dealing with the hoverbike and trying to use the rail tank a little bit. So we are just going to open up a sandbox game. So cheats, map, great erg, mp underscore sandbox. There we go. I think. Yep. What we're going to be looking at as well is the HP of the hoverbike. The HP pull. Oh my god, I can't spell. Cheats. Right, so we are going to be just going here, I think. Yeah. So first of all, let's have a look at the hoverbike, shall we? So there it is. There is the hoverbike. It has got 1,500 HP. We're actually going to spawn in a rifleman. The main reason because if I take control of the hoverbike, look, there is no driver. That is because I'm commanding it without a human entity. So now that I've got myself a human entity, we're going to board the hoverbike, and you can see now I am in command of the hoverbike as my rifleman, and the rifleman is a separate entity, so he can be shot out of said hoverbike, which I will show you as well. You can see the gun is mounted to the back of the hoverbike as well, and we have got ourselves a, you can see like a speed counter, which you can boost by holding shift, and you can also jump holding spacebar. Now, from what I've used of the hoverbike, it is very, very... it could get hit quite heavily, quite quickly. If you go over jumps like this, for example, it's going to take damage on the way down, right? See? We took a little bit of damage, but we're okay. The rifleman's okay as well, so we're okay in that regards. And you can see there's like a little jump cooldown system as well. But this hoverbike is going to be utilized for scouting purposes. I like the little trail that leaves behind as well. Kind of shows what it is. It's pretty cool. I mean, you guys have been waiting for this bad boy. And it is definitely, it is now in the game. And you guys get to use it firsthand. And remember, it's called in with the barracks. I can try. Oh, God. What have I done? I can try and see if I can get the barracks to work. However, I'm not in strategy mode, so it probably won't let me. But we'll see. We'll see where we can pick it up from. So, that being said, we're now going to leave this boy inside of his hoverbike. We're actually going to spawn another rifleman, and we're going to see the damage that could be dealt to either the rifleman and the hoverbike. So, deleting the hoverbike is going to be relatively quick to do. I mean, it's funny how I can claim that with him on it. Anyway, so deleting the hoverbike is going to be relatively quick to do. Yeah. When taking fire, the hoverbike will get killed off quite quickly. Hold on, is this soldier looking at me? Oh, that is freaky. Oh, that is so freaky. Oh, I found a bug, Dram. Right, okay, I need to tell Dram this. So, the bug is, if I claim it and then not get on it, it will teleport away. I'm actually real interested in seeing what that does. Hold on, let's have a look. Okay. Okay. I am really interested. Right. Claim. Wait, hold on. I need to put someone on it. Right. Put someone on it. Claim. Okay, unclaims when when I leave, but we'll just leave it like this and see if it gets teleported away. Sorry guys, you're seeing some live bug testing from myself. It may not because I'm in command of the bike. But it may be if a player claims that bike and does not get on it. So because I've left the rifleman, the bike is no longer claimed. Okay, it's been about 15 seconds. So that I'll have to test with another player. But yeah, anyway, as I was doing, I want to shoot the scout. Okay, so you can be killed off of it. And then you can take control of it. Ignore the floating body. But the hit marker seemed to be a little bit off there as well, but we'll see. Like I said, the bike's been introduced, then you got to give your feedback to them, to Dram about the bike. But yeah, that is the hoverbike, guys. Have fun using it. I'm definitely gonna have fun using it. I'm gonna let him drive off on his way now. There we go. Off he goes. Anyway, let's get the rail tanks out. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Right. Let's see if we can skip around. There you go. We skipped around. Now let's see if we can skip it off armor. I think this is going to be real difficult because the rail tank has a lot of piercing. No, it did. Look. Ricocheted off the side of the tank. So we've got some nice work with the tank. And it did how much damage? It still almost did 4,000 damage. But not as much as a single hit straight in front does. I mean, what was that? Like 10,000 damage almost? So there is a ricochet chance, which is good. That's what we like to see. Cool. Well, guys, there you go. We have explored most of everything on the patch notes. We'll quickly have a look at the hunter. Hello, hunter. And we will also have a look. Okay, we won't have a look at the hunter because he just got absolutely nuked by a rail tank. We'll go over here. Hello, hunter. Hello, crab. And hello, impaler. So, 6,000 HP. Mr. Hunter. Hello there. My favourite boy, the sausage. And then here we go. Crab. 30 damage. Chomp. 10 damage. Main shot from the impaler. 25 damage. Stab. Quite a bit more. So. Okay. Not sure how much of a change it's going to have. We'll have to test it in real terms on like Sunday during Silica Sundays. Wait, that hunter won against the rail tank? Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I was surprised to see the hunter still alive after he took a missile salvo to the face. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed that, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. I'm going to go and test something at the moment with Dram, hopefully, in regards to Hoverbike. But anyway, without further ado, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.